Hello everyone, this is the Codemaster here again. Today coming to you with a intermediate to advanced tutorial for those who want to do something that was maybe a little bit more difficult to do than just the basics. And in this tutorial I will be showing you how to create these Rocky Mountain construction rails, as you can see here. I will be supplying the textures and the models, as you can see here. Well, I don't know about the model, but I can supply you with the model if you really need it. But anyway, if I decided to supply the model, it'll be in a link in the description below. But as you can see here, it's got custom cross ties and it's got custom rails. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do all this. Let's just jump into the editor real quick. Okay, so here we are in the editor, and the first thing you may notice is that the cross ties are not there. The reason the cross ties aren't there is because, well, it's actually part of a script. I know, it's not just placed onto the model, because you can't actually create custom cross ties just on a model very easily, so I made a script to place them down for me. Anyway, you can see we're using the CC creator method. Oh, sorry, I just woke up, so I might, but anyway, we use a CC creator to get the trains underneath the track, and you can see here we've got the rails here. But what you may notice now is that if I drag this, the rails are actually individual sections, split into 3 sections. There's a top. Oh, looks like this one is 4. Whoops, let me just delete one of them because one of them is not meant to be there. So we have a topper, a kind of middle bit, and then we have the bottom bit. The bottom bit is just kind of the wooden part. Middle bit is the steel bit, and the red bit is the topper. Now, I'll show you how to create all 3 of these. Let me just go ahead and delete them, because we don't really need them right now. Whoops. See, on the other side we had the exact same thing. I don't want to move 2 at a time there. See? Like that. So now we're left with this. Now, I have got a track here, but it's just hidden. You can see it's because I was using CC Creator, and before this had cross ties. You will see the final ride for this soon anyway. But back onto point, back to doing the cross ties. So what you want to do is you want to go to Advanced. You want to go to Light Pattern Creator. Now this is slightly like a more advanced tool, thus it's being under the Advanced tab. So it could get a bit stressful. So here are the settings you can play around with for this tool. Now what this tool does is if you check Generate SEO, it'll generate a box with these settings that follows the track. And these are which ones will be textured, so we want to select those. Now what I'm going to do is in the download things in the description, I'm going to link, I'm also going to give you guys some presets for this, because very difficult to do that, but in a basic rundown of what it does, tiling basically says how many times a text will be repeated. You want to keep that 1 for the best, the best thing. Height, it's basically how tall the box will be. Width is how wide the box will be. X offset is how far off the middle of the track it will be offset, and Y offset is how much by the top of the track it will be offset. So let me go ahead and load one up. Let's go to Bottomer. That's what I called it. You see, this is the wooden texture one. So the way you're going to do this, you're going to go to where it says File Prefix, and just going to rename this one like Bottom. Make sure Generate SEO is selected and all 4 of these are checked. Then you want to go to Save. You don't want to save. You want to go to Generate, and then you want to go to, I'm going to go to Desktop and see. I call this again. There. So in that folder, basically all we have to do is just create a folder for the ride. I'm just going to put this one Balrog. Yeah, you can name the folder anything you want, but you got to just find a folder and click Select, and that'll do one of the bottom ones. But we're not done yet. What we're going to do is where it says X offset, if it's a positive, which the first time it should be. Got to change it to a negative, and changes to like bottom 2, that, and then generate, and same thing. So the first time it has to be positive, and the second time it has to be negative. So we're going to do the same thing, but for the middle part now. Now, obviously, it isn't going to be too hard, so I called it topper because originally I only had 2 parts to it. Anyway, I want to go back onto the desktop because we want to take the textures that I used. So these are textures I brought you, if you can see in this small window down here. So I'm going to give you guys a red steel texture if you want to do just complete iron horse. A wood texture if you want to do topper track. Plain metal texture if you just wanted to do kind of an outlaw run. And then I've got this nice rail texture. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and select the steel texture because I'm doing topper. And then remember, this is positive and this middle 2. There we go. Not too hard, really, is it? If you guys want to see any more advanced tutorials or intermediate tutorials like this, I'll be happy to show you. I've got maybe plans to do an environment tutorial, so how to create your own environment, because it makes your writing so much better. So what we're going to do here is we're going to select the top part of the rail. So we're going to add like I've made mine have a slightly worn texture. And then we want to select left, right, but not bottom to reduce lag. So we're going to just call this top, more with a capital, generate, and top 2 with a minus. And then generate. And that's it. But now there's one more step for the rail part, and then we can go on to the cross tie part. What to do is go to scenery, choose, then navigate to the file. Let's see, oops, gotta go to Balrog, there we go. So we're gonna go to bottom. Yeah, it won't give you that error. That's just because I'm imported it, and then just drag it and then click anywhere on the map, and then we can adjust it from there. If it does give you this error, it's okay. It's not bad. As long as when you send someone the file, you package it. So what you notice is that if you kind of go into perspective view and just turn around, you'll see we have this mesh of just lines. And what we're going to do is we've got to put these mesh of lines into a track. So double click on one of them, where it says pos X, pos Y, and pos Z. Change all these to 0 on all of them. What we'll do is it will make it look so much nicer, because it won't just be a bunch of floating mess. See, this is the last one here. When that's in place, you can see we have Rocky Mountain construction rails. How cool is that? Yeah, so if you're happy with that, just stay. But if you want to go a bit further into depth with this and like making more complicated things such as cross ties, just stick around. Anyway, also you may notice this structure looks a bit weird. It's because I custom supported it. Anyway, for the cross ties, what you want to do is like, I think I've already done this part. Oh, what's that doing there? I need to go to the origin for this. It's going to be right there. Okay. So, because I've already placed these down. So, what you want to do is, for setup for this, is to go to coast. Let me just go back to cross ties. So, as you can see here, there are a lot of trains along the track. Now, the way the cross ties work is what you have to do. Let me just go ahead and I'll just import. So, we're going to just go to import coaster, launch. No, not launch RMC. That's a different thing. It's something you're not meant to see. Ooh, you're not meant to see that yet. Anyway, let's go down to Balrog, which is the name of this ride. And so support. So I'm gonna just import the Balrog track. See here. Now I'm gonna set the heartline to be, what did I set it to on here again? Negative 1.47 feet, I think. If you're in meters, I forgot. I could probably find that out. If I remember, I'll leave a thing in the description. For how many meters that is. Let's see. So I want to go to this other track. I'm just gonna. You have to, absolutely have to name it cross ties. Like that. And then you have to set the heartline to what I said it would be, like that. Now, if you've got a transfer table, the rails won't generate on that, which is a slight bug, which I'm aware of. Not much I can do, sorry. So if you have a transfer table, I recommend you take it out for the import process. Anyway, so you can see here, got that on there. You can do this with a frozen track. It's just like with the CTR, the one I made here, Rocky Mountain. It's slightly different anyway. So what you want to do is you want to basically set the uncheck hide wireframe for now. Go to trains, and then change the cars per train to 32. That. And then what you want to do is you want to make section types to brake. And you want to set the deceleration to like 7G. And then hide brake device. And that's it. That's what you have to do. And then what you have to do is just take it so each section is as long as one train. Now you may get a gap at the end, but that's okay. I don't know how to fix that quite yet, but when I figure it out, I'll put up another tutorial. So what you want to do is you want to do this for the whole track. So basically the whole track is just layered with trains. Let me just go ahead and so that's what I started doing on the other one. So I'm going to delete that. So you can see here, like on this one, you can see that when one train gets too long, the other one starts catching on. Then the final thing you have to go is go to Coaster Properties, Mode, and change it from Closed Circuit to Scripted. And this way the trains will do absolutely nothing but just sit there. Then, in the download, like link in the description, which you pretty much have to download for this tutorial, there is a file that, oh yeah, also one more thing before you got to make sure the train style is Gerstlauer bobsled, because that's the correct placement. But in the download, there will be a script for the cross ties. All you have to do is place down this script. The script for the cross ties, I think it only works for a certain number. So basically, I'll show you how to increase the number. So I go to Park Base, you'll see, go to Trains. There's these things called cross ties. Now what you have to do, like I might make a cross tie generator, but this one is pretty good for a longer, like this should do for a long track. So what you want to do is you just want to place each one of them down and then move them all to the origin like we did with the track by setting their coordinates to 0, 0, 0. And once you've done that, you go to Coaster, Cross Ties, Hide Wireframe, and then save the game. Of course, because you don't want to lose all your progress that you've made. Then when you leave Editor and play, you may get something pop up in the console, like that, but that's just because the way I've done it. You can see here we've got the RMC trains on the track. See we've got cross ties on the track, and it's doing all quite nicely. So hop in, take a little quick ride, so you can see what the RMC track looks like from on the ride. So you can see it looks quite nice, so I'm just going to cut off here. Oh, whoops, I went into record mode. In record mode. Recordception, anyway. So, things you need are in the download below, so go ahead and download that. Rewatch this tutorial if you need to. And have a good day, and leave suggestions for other tutorials. So see ya.